By JC Recto, he did have Joseph Sedorifa on that left side arc 3. Chose not to go there and instead went for that higher percentage shot despite the defense of Harvey Pagsanhan. But you do love the chess match, no? In that final, what 1.8 seconds of regulation.
Caloocan coming off rather their very first loss against San Juan, gets tested anew against Mindoro. First possession to the Tamaraos, JC Recto, Brian Heruela, Joseph Sedorifa, John Apasible Hunar, who has 4 fouls, and Bam Bam Gamalinda. Offensive rebound for Mindoro. They get a fresh 14.
Slip.
Gamalinda with 30 points off the dribble. Heruela.
Good pass.
A second remaining. Air ball from 3 from Sedorifa. Jeff Panday, Chris Bitoon, Jam Ramito, Dom Escobar, and kay Mandy Ladi naman para sa Caloocan to begin overtime. This is only the 4th overtime game this season. Bitoon, 1 dribble pull-up off the back iron.
Oh man.
Escobar the rebound. Bitoon settles for a free and he hits it.
And Bitoon got to that spot on the floor. And like what I said earlier, he is one of the really good perimeter shooters for Caloocan. Very few shot attempts, but he makes them at a good rate.
Replacing Ian Baclaan. And immediately making a free, but right comes back. Itong Mindoro with that triple by Joseph Sedorifa.
And that is just nerves of steel for Joseph Sedorifa. You are down 3. You catch that ball on the very first possession and you make an attempt.
Coming right back, Sedorifa with 23 points. The 2 veterans are the ones spearheading this comeback by Mindoro. But this one's gonna hurt. That 3 by Bitoon, the answer by Sedorifa. But what I'm talking about is John Apasible picking up his 5th foul. He finishes with just 4 points but 8 rebounds. But more importantly, his presence down low, making it tough for guys like Kaimani Ladi and Jam Ramito.
Now you have to have that same level of commitment to secure the rebounds in what John Apasible has shown. You know, there were certain points in the game where Bam Gamalinda was already off to the races, but si Apasible was hanging in there to try to get the defensive rebound. Now that, I think, has got to be the same case para dito kay Jonas Tibayan.
So, a bit undersized on the front court right now. Itong Mindoro. No Marion Magat, by the way.
Oh, that would have been a huge part of the rebounds as well for Mindoro.
Gamalinda, 30 points. 1-on-1 against Kaimani Ladi, getting the steps.
Wow.
Getting the step rather. Sidestep beauty from Bam Bam. 32 points. 9 rebounds, close to a double-double.
The perimeter footwork master going to work right there. You see how wide this zone is only because they want to check on guys like Bitoon and Jeff Manday.
Ladi, binabantayan ni JC Recto, leaning in. Pasa sa ilalim, naagaw ni Heruela.
Gotta attack this.
Recto, gliding in! Ooh. The acrobatic finish from JC Recto.
Another tough layup finish on an attack downhill. This time he does it against Dom Escobar.
15 points for JC. Ramito, one-hander. It will trickle in. How huge has Jam Ramito been? 13 points and 7 rebounds.
Boy, those left-hand finishes have been a huge part of the contributions of Jam Ramito.
Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the Mpbl. Rectos free, short. Bitoon, pass to Manday. Raise it in with his left hand.
Jeff Manday right now going to work, immediately seeing that baseline open, had to attack that, able to finish on the left side. I thought that 3 earlier by JC Recto was a little bit too early in that sequence. Another 3 this time. Bam Gamalinda.
My goodness. Bam Bam, 35 points. 5 out of 11 from free. He is willing Mindoro in this game right now against Caloocan.
And that little dip, middle of the paint, was just all the sets and that seconds that he needed to be able to go to that spot, top of the key, and make it. Oh, that's a travel. That's gotta be a travel. Same foot.
Minute and 30 left. Fast break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the Mpbl.
Hindi na nagsayang ng oras si Jeff Manday doon. Habang naka-atake sila pababa, sinisep pa lang yung depensa, aatakihin ko na ng baseline side ito. The left-hand finish. And I think they're reviewing that last travel. Or are they reviewing that 3? If that was a long 2 or a 3 of that made earlier by Bam Gamalinda.
Malaking bagay yan. It's either a tied ball game or Mindoro up by 1.
Yes, agree.
Jeff Manday has been huge. 17 points and 10 rebounds. A double-double from Jeff. And even though nanlamig yung kanyang shooting from the outside, in the second half and overtime, 0 out of 5, he's been doing the other things. Making those mid-range baskets, the layups, the defense. But Mindoro can increase their lead. Recto lost it. And we've been talking about it. Manday standing his ground despite being undersized. Steal of the game brought to you by the Extreme Boom 3 waterproof speaker. Unstoppable sound, ultimate power.
What a big steal right there by Heruela, feeding JC Recto that strong finish downhill. And so I guess that score remains. It's still 88-87. That 3 stands.
It's Jerson Cabiltes under the microscope once again. Coach Egay Macaraya and the Mindoro Tamaraws seeking to bounce back from back-to-back losses.
Yeah. And samantalang ito naman Caloocan wanting to avoid, a 2-game losing streak in this game. So that ball will be awarded to Caloocan. So they got the rock. They're down 1.
It hasn't been an easy season for Mindoro this year. Recto is ups and downs. But ultimately, when they reviewed it, they could do that under the last 2 minutes. Last touch, si JC Recto. Jeff Manday, Harvey Pagsanhan, Chris Bitoon, kay Manny Ladi, and Jam Ramito. No Kian Baclaan or Dom Escobar to finish off this overtime period. Manday off the dribble. Turns it over. No. It will stay with Caloocan. They could check it. They could check it rather.
That was a tight pass by Jeff Manday in my opinion. See this right here. Who touched it last? Ooh.
Tumama ba ulit kay Jammer?
Nagbago ba yung ikot ng bola? Tingnan natin.
Dahil clearly tinamaan ni Bam Bam Gamalinda.
Yeah, I thought that ball spun off the hands of Gamalinda.
It will stay with Caloocan.
Yeah.
Previous career high. And this is actually now the career high of Bam Bam Gamalinda, 35 points. What a performance from him. But certainly, he would like to get a win against one of the top teams in the league in Caloocan. Pagsanhan catching.
Watch out for Jeff.
Manday balik kay Bitoon. 10 seconds on their shot clock.
Oh my.
So Maniladi rising up over Heruela. Off the glass, no good. Recto with a 6th rebound.
Huge rebound by JC Recto.
Heruela will take his time. They need a basket here to create separation.
Gotta clear that other side. Oh, wow!
Guy with a steal. Biton is ahead. He will lay it in. Costly turnover by JC Recto.
Well, they were waiting to set up that right side of the floor for an attack by JC Recto, but that never happened. And a good steal by Jeff Manday. Easiest pass right there over to Chris Biton for that go-ahead.
There was no Bam Bam Gamalinda on the floor. I think he's suffering from cramps. And not a lot of options on that offensive set. Manday capitalizing. Special delivery to Chris Biton. Let's listen in to Coach Egay.
Now, ikaw ay lalabas. Bam, anggap ng bola. Labas. Labas. Then we go staggered pick. Kaya lang dito sa staggered pick, papulit si Joseph. Then pipikan natin si Bam. Tapos labas Bam. Pag walang nangyayari, we go hand off to it's either kay Heruela or kay
I have a timeout. Si JC ko, sabi mo.
Coach Egay using his final timeout. Meron pang isa ang Caloocan, Coach Mike.
It looks like they're gonna put Bam Gamalinda in a stagger. Visually, I think he's going to be that first guy of that stagger. And then soon as you got Joseph Sidorifa coming out of it, he's the one that's gonna flash. Speaking of Bam Gamalinda, to get maybe a pick right there. So they went quickly over to that pin down for Bam Gamalinda.
Both teams in penalty. 8 seconds left sa shot clock ng Mindoro. Sidorifa rising up over Pagsanhan. Short rebound, Jeff Manday.
That was a tough shot by Joseph Sidorifa. He had the defense all over him. Harvey Pagsanhan was there, one of the tougher defenders of Caloocan. Didn't give that space to Joseph Sidorifa. He still went up.
I thought they had a chance of getting it back to Bam Bam Gamalinda.
Yes, yes. Because that was the ploy of Coach Egay earlier. If you don't have that shot, you're going dribble handoff over to that left side. So it was either a handoff to Sidorifa or maybe a pass over to Bam Gamalinda, who should at that point been solo on that side of the floor against Kimani Ladi.
Jeff Manday, an outstanding free throw shooter. 3 out of 3 tonight. Make that 5 out of 6 rather. After that make.
A make here would make this a 3-point game.
95.7%. Escobar can check in if he makes the second. Malakas. Natapik ni Manday. They could review it. Costly miss. So Mindoro doesn't necessarily need to make a free. This is a big call.
Yeah, this is interesting. It sure looked like Caspe had this on his hands, and then that tip by Jeff Manday. This will be interesting.
90-88, Caloocan in front by 2, 19.4 seconds left. Now, if Caloocan gets the possession back, well, that's moot because Mindoro gets it back. 19.4 seconds left. No need for a free for the Tamaraws.
Right. It would have been a different story if they were down 3, because I was going to say, if you're down 3 with that much time left, you definitely have to take a 3. And they can use as much clock here They will have final possession in the first OT.
Caruela against Bitoon. Look for Gamalinda to receive the ball. Here he is. Against Dom Escobar, pulling up from Frey. Way off. They need to foul. No! Akala ko walang pito. Hindi ko narinig eh.
Yeah, hindi ko rin narinig yung pito eh. Now, the big question here is that you make the first, what are you going to do with the second? Because you would rather make that second and really just allow them to take threes on the other end.
Pasok yung una. Second free throw. Could ice this one.
He has to make this one.
Oh, recto. Mindoro still alive. But he throws it away. Caloocan will survive. What a strong effort by the Mindoro Tamaraos. John Apacible was huge off the bench. Gamalinda with a career-high performance at age 40 with 35 points and 9 rebounds. But the collective effort and the composure of Caloocan shining through in this victory, bouncing back from that tough loss against San Juan, Coach Mike.
And definitely this is a game that Mindoro is going to take with a lot of learnings, especially end-game execution. I thought they did well, especially in that fourth quarter. Regulation might have been a different story if that ball got to the hands of Bam Gamalinda, but the good thing was JC Recto was able to make it up and finish with a strong layup and to force overtime.
Our best player of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the Mpbl. Jeff Banday with a double-double, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 3 steals. And when his shots weren't falling in the second half, it was his defense and playmaking that stood out in this game for Caloocan.
Yeah, and that third steal was very